Hello everybody, Megazard here. I'm back at it again to give y'all another video, and this time, oh man, it is quite a little bit different because normally, you know, when this video drops, I normally would drop my gamer's brief out at this moment in time though. However, there was only literally 2 or maybe 3 things I wanted to talk about within my gamer's brief for this week. Not a whole lot kind of going on, although some of the stuff we did get was a little bit major, and I'll talk about that here throughout this video. And you know what? Hey, one of the major topics I would have mentioned in my gamer's brief was, matter of fact, that hey, you know what? Stadia is free for a whole 2 months. Now, yeah, before y'all would have jumped on me, yeah, I would have not gone through here and purchased Stadia just to play these games, these limited amount of free games or whatever though, for the service though. But you know, since they managed to give out 2 full months, and the whole reason for it was, matter of fact, that with the whole worldwide pandemic kind of going on right now, Google thought it was nice to kind of, allow people to, connect and play with others for the next 2 months or whatever for free though. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this because, this is a rare opportunity to be able to play Stadia and, not actually really invest too much into it, or not really invest at all, really, in order to kind of try it out and kind of see, what's my basic take on the whole Stadia service right now, though. So right now, as you can see right in front of me, though, I'm right here on their homepage where, where you're able to play certain stuff. I can see Red Dead Redemption 2 on the top. You get to see some Stadia Pro games right now, though, and honestly, looking at it, it's very simplistic. Sort of kind of reminds me of the Switch. Gosh darn, I wish they had Doom and Doom Eternal actually available for the Pro trial period, because they only let you have access to 9 games right now, which is kind of unfortunate. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up here on my phone real quick to remind myself exactly how many games it actually comes out with. So with this free trial period that you can have for 2 months, essentially, you get to have access to Destiny 2, the collection, Grid, Guild, SteamWorld Dig 2, SteamWorld Quest, Hand of the Gigamech, Serious Sam Collection, Spitlings, Stack on Stacks, and Thumper. So those are the 9 games you have free access to for this 2-month trial period. However, if you do happen to go through any of these games right here and be able to purchase any of them, then yes, by the time you cancel this, or you stop your Pro subscription to them or whatever though, you're still going to have access to these games if you happen to buy any of these games during this free trial period. So don't worry about that if you're one of the few people that actually try to manage to buy a game off of here or whatever though. So you know what, I was just looking through here and I was like, all right, so let's just go ahead and fire this sucker up right now though. So I'm about to plug my controller in. Now what I am using is a Switch Pro controller for this though, and I'm playing it off of my laptop, so I'm just using the USB-C straight into my controller like that though. And I'm gonna go ahead and plug in one of my earbuds here so that way I can hear my stuff. Alright, so we should be all almost good to go. Now the only little question is which game am I gonna decide to kind of mess around with first? And you know what, in order to kind of test for latency or whatever though, I'm gonna kind of decide to go ahead and start off with a platformer to kind of be able to test the waters out a little bit though. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my home. Oh, there goes my controller. My controller's all linked and good now. As soon as this thing moves over, I can get to the home. Alright, so I have messed around a little bit with this just to kind of make sure, everything should be able to run smoothly right now though. But I'm going to go ahead and boot up SteamWorld Dig 2. And now the one thing I will mention about the whole Stadia thing is the UI and stuff is really fast. Obviously, you don't have to wait for a lot of load screens or whatever though. So that's one of the small perks, one of the few small perks I actually will give towards Stadia with the whole thing though. Now right now, oh, and also the note before this though, I did test out my internet downloading speed, and it is over 10 megabits per second though, so it should ideally run on the basic streaming functions or whatever though. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight up into SteamWorld Dig 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. I did start one of these files a little bit earlier though. Alright, so I'm running back and forth right now though. Alright, now first thing I'm going to do is sort of kind of test this jump. So I'm going to try to click it so that way y'all be able to hear it within the thing. So it's like jump now, 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 now. So I mean, just in that moment right now, it seems to be all right. Now I will say I'm like literally like maybe like 10 feet away from where my router is right now though. So I'm just running through this thing real quick. Now I will notice, or I do kind of notice right now, is like I might be running through this world a little bit though, and then all of a sudden it sort of kind of like freeze hiccups for a moment though, like as if it was like kind of trying to jump a frame when I'm kind of going around with it, which kind of makes the jumping with the platforming a little bit off as I'm kind of running through this. And I feel like I'm gonna notice probably the most lag definitely with a game like this, and I wouldn't even try a fighter game like Mortal Kombat 11 for Stadia like this. I think that would just be pretty rough. Making my way up here to the top. I'm not sure exactly how far I'm going to get through SteamWorld Dig 2. I was going to play a little bit of this, and then I was probably going to play a little bit of Destiny just to, kind of wet the waters with this system a little bit. Man, just coming up these cliffs and stuff. Oof. Okay, finally got to the top. Ooh. Man, okay, I know. Ooh, okay, y'all might have caught all of that right there. Ooh, okay, that was a little bit bad right there. Goodness, Stadia. Man, Stadia has been like a little bit of a love-hate relationship. Like literally, I tested it out like a little bit earlier, and it was all right. And then all of a sudden, sometimes it will just instantly just kind of shut down on me. Ooh, okay, so I'm kind of noticing it kind of stuttering and lagging a little bit. No, it's not the recording. It is the service. Oh, gosh. This right here is a little bit funny, though. Because usually probably the best moments of Stadia is literally like as long as it's standing still and you're getting these text bubbles like that. But the matter of fact, it's not even loading those all the way up in perfectly fine. Oh, gosh. Dang. Okay. Man, it ran a lot better earlier this morning. And just to let y'all know, oh my gosh. Oh gosh, it says you need a better connection. Okay. I see how you are. I see how it is. Okay, hold on here. So, over here to the side, I got this little thing right here. And I'm going to run my speed test right now just to kind of see where I'm at right now. So, 10, 9, 8, 7, 7-ish, 8. Can you push it back up to 9? It's back up to 10. Alrighty. So 10.4 was my highest. And that is my upload speed right there though. So remember, Stadia recommends that you have at least a 10 megabit download speed in order to even run Stadia. So that's the pure minimum. So for the most part, it should have ran, perfectly fine without it sort of kind of crashing on me like that. So yeah, that is something right there though. That is kind of crazy though. I'm gonna try to reboot this thing back up and see if I can get back going. But yeah, that's like probably the second. Oh, and that's a good thing I do like about the services. It literally does sort of kind of throw you right back in where you were. So that's probably like one of the couple or few only little positive things about this service though. Let's see here. Now, one of the things I will mention is, you know what? I felt like Stadia could have done a little bit better because I think the biggest fear about this thing is not everybody has the fastest internet, speed, whether it be downloading, uploading, etc. And it's usually better for people like me that are sort of kind of in the city or whatever though. But for those that live in the rural areas like my friend Hacks or whatever though, the download speeds might literally be like less than 5 megabits, which is obviously is not even runnable for most people, or not even runnable for Stadia, should I say. So, I feel like if Stadia made that tweak and say, you know what, not only could you just, stream the game directly to your system or whatever, if you were able to download it or something like that, then, oh man, that would be like a huge advantage in terms of, convincing people, hey, you need to have or it'd be really cool for you to have Stadia or anything like that though. Now, one thing I probably should have mentioned is over here to the side, you can actually have you can kind of see, the layout menu in case if you have to pause it. So you can, test your connection. It's okay right now. Early in the day, I noticed I had a good connection, and now it's having okay after that crash. So I might kind of monitor this as I kind of go along, though. You can kind of see the controller right there, and then you can check the audio as well, the master volume, voice for chat, all that good stuff. So I'm going to exit back out of that. That's the one thing. Oh, hopefully I shouldn't get stuck down here. Alright, so I think this dude kind of wants me to bust all these boxes up. But overall, right now, from what I'm feeling, it feels sort of kind of alright, at least for now, though. I'm not sure how much more it will try to last up on me, though, but... Overall, I mean, it's shaky. It's nothing I really would like to consider to have something super reliable for like a long term or anything like that. Just purely because of, that first little incident that you saw right there. Get myself torn up. Now, one of the other things I did want to mention is, during this week, we did get word about Sony's brand new PlayStation controller for the PS5. Now, I know a lot of people sort of kind of felt mixed about it, considering that it has that two-tone color design or whatever, though, between the black and white. And honestly, it's kind of funny because one person, oh gosh, Andre from Game Explain mentioned and said, hey, if you look at it really carefully, it looks like a bra. I was like, oh shoot, he ain't wrong. But I was like, oh my gosh, Sony. I'm like, I don't know, but honestly, that was pretty funny though. But as for that controller, for me personally, I honestly really liked it because the matter of fact that it's very similar to the Nintendo Switch Pro controller as well as the Xbox controllers. I don't really have an issue with the Xbox controllers. So I honestly kind of like the new body shape style because it actually is a little bit different for the first time compared to, the previous, DualShock 4 controllers and stuff like that, though. So honestly, I'm really a big fan of the controller, though. Now, obviously, I know some people are kind of upset because they want that, classic black, controller color scheme or whatever, though. But honestly, for me, I'm kind of digging it. So I'm probably like one of the few people that actually like really like it or whatever, though. But honestly, that's just kind of my overall thoughts and opinions on that controller, though. And the matter of fact, you're getting the haptic feedback, which is, somewhat sort of kind of similar to the Nintendo Switch is HD rumble as well, though. Really cool features and stuff like that, though. But it was kind of random and weird. The matter of fact, that we got that information just randomly dropped in the middle of the week like that, and we still don't know what the system looks like, though. But at least, that is a little bit of progress in terms of, getting some type of information, since we still don't know what the actual system still looks like, though. But that was like the other thing I was going to mention in my Gamers Brief this week, though. But honestly, I'm kind of feeling out of, Steam World right now, though. So I'm probably going to go ahead and jump games right now, though. So I'm going to hold the home button to be able to exit the game. Alright, so that worked out fairly fine. I got to get my mouse back over here. Close that out. Alright, so we're going to try to jump over to some Destiny 2. Now, this is actually my first time being able to play this, so who knows how this is going to run, let alone on Stadia's own servers and stuff like this, though. So we're going to see whether or not this is actually going to run, fairly smooth or whatnot, though. Now, the cool thing I do like about Stadia is, as a matter of fact, that, hey, you can use any kind of controller you want as long as you're able to put it through USB connection at the moment, though, right now, though. Because, currently right now, you do have to have a USB connection in order to plug it into your laptop to be able to use any controller or whatever, though. However, there's going to be a later point whenever I was actually looking at controllers and stuff where those should be able to allow you to actually move around and use, a wireless controller if you want to. I'm probably gonna go with this dude. See, race, gender. Oh goodness. You know what? Since this is just I'm gonna quickly try to run through this mess.
Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you?
I'm just imagining this thing is just gonna crash the second this thing says go. I can imagine it right now. All right.
This is fallen territory.
I am noticing quite a lot of pixelating. You can kind of see it towards like the bottom left corner of the screen or whatever though. And I noticed it as well as whenever I started to test out when I was testing out one of the speed racing games, one of like the NASCAR-ish kind of racing games though. I did notice a little bit of pixel. Oh, and it said you needed a little better connection though. I told you, it wasn't even out the gate whenever it said for me to cut that mess. I'm gonna see booting it back up and see if I can resume it right now. I doubt it's gonna try to let me, but man. It's a good thing they got this 2-month trial out because I feel bad for anybody that actually puts money into this, thinking their connection was solid, and turns out it really ain't. It just really ain't. Okay, so I'm testing out the jumping right now. I feel a slight little bit of lag kind of moving about it. Okay, so now I'm flying a little bit airborne. All right. Now I'm running. Oof. All right. Oof, man, it's running a little bit rough, but hopefully I'm getting somewhere.
I need to get you back to the city. To do that, we'll need a ship. But first, I need to find you a weapon. Let's keep moving.
Oh my gosh, the pixelation and everything, though. I feel like the second I get into a fight, I feel like the second I run into somebody, that's gonna be it. Oh boy. This ain't gonna go well. Alright, here we go now. Dang. It's me versus the lag, really. Come on now. Oof. Hey, if I die, it's not because I'm bad. It's because of man, it's the lag, man. It's the lag.
Stay focused. If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
I mean, I bet this game is pretty cool, but I'm like, it's really unfortunate how man, this lag. Oof, oh my goodness. I'm trying to do my best, y'all. I'm trying to do my best. This is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of pirates, there's a loot cache. Let's take what's inside.
Oh goodness, it's barely. I mean, I bet this game is pretty cool, and I can see why people sort of kind of like it though. But I'm like, man, I'm like Stadia. I can't even aim. I'm like, oof. Gosh, this is crazy. Oh no, there's more.
More fallen. Hit him with everything you've got.
Good night. Oh, the lag. Oh my gosh. Although I will say the rumble, man, they're utilizing this rumble up in my Switch Pro controller. It feels quite good. Dang, what is it going to take to get this dude down with a shield, man?
Much later.
Like, I wonder, was I supposed to just go ahead and leave? I would not be surprised. Man, I was like, man, I was supposed to keep pushing forward, and I was consistently fighting that man. Oh well, I'm not a runner.
Heads up. A fallen raiding party. You're in more trouble than I thought. They came looking for a fight. Give them one.
Oof. Gotta go. Oof, shoot, okay. Alright, so you want to pop out them heavy missiles, I see. Try to get this high ground up here. Yeah, there we go.
Keep fighting. I'm scanning for nearby ships.
It's time to roll out. So overall, if I had to give my overall, thoughts and impressions over Stadia as a whole, gosh, I'm like, even with the bare minimum requirements, I'm like, it's just not. Honestly, it's hard to say it's really worth it, to be honest, though. And I might, try to mess with it a little bit, here and there between now and honestly what will be my end of my 2-month free trial, though. But honestly, man, I'll have to stick to the games like SteamWorld Dig or something, just to sort of kind of, get by without this lag, affecting it too much or whatever, though. I'm like, oof, this is really rough. Alright, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and call it before somehow these guys manage to kill me and I barely have any bullets, though. So I'm just going to try to go ahead and exit this game. Woo, boy. Okay, alright, so I got this far in and did all of that mess. Okay, so you know what? Alright, so really, honestly, unless your internet is like crazy fast, I'm talking about probably a download speed of maybe 20 or something-ish, then honestly, it'll be hard for me to recommend anybody, trying to purchase it, spend money out of their actual own pockets and be able to play Stadia like this. Because, man, gosh, this is really rough. I was like, come on, Google. I know y'all can do better than this. And honestly, I think it will hit a point where, yes, a lot more people will be playing and streaming their games because, Microsoft has that xCloud, coming out into the future like this or whatever, though. It's supposed to be coming out in the nearby future, but as of this moment, on April the 8th at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time at this moment right now at the time of this recording, no, it is not here quite yet, though. And I felt like Google tried to rush this out and try to get this thing out on the market real fast, though. But, if anybody is remotely curious about Stadia, then I highly recommend that you just go ahead and try it out for yourself during this free 2-month trial period, just so you can sort of kind of get a feeling of, how it is for you before it will actually sort of kind of cost you money for you to either individually buy the game or if you were trying to play the pro subscription or whatever, just so you can kind of stream upwards to 4K or anything like that, though. But that's pretty much all that I have for y'all for this video, though. So if you really like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and that bell to keep up to date on all things video game related topics that I feel like dropping out for y'all, though. Yeah, I can't believe I felt like, man, except for giving this content out to y'all, man, I felt like I wasted my time playing this game, these couple of games, though. Oh gosh, yeah, that was rough. All right, I'll catch y'all around on the flip side. Peace.